Hi, my name is Angela and I'm with Threadwaggle Quilting, and today we are unboxing Elnas. So the Elna that we are currently unboxing is huge, so we didn't put the box up on the table because you wouldn't be able to see me. So we started out by taking out the box on the very top of the Elna box. So this is going to be your cover and your extended base for the machine. So the machine that we are unboxing is the Elna Excellence 792 Pro, and it's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to set this to the side because this isn't really the exciting part of the machine. We'll show you this when we do the demo. I'm just going to set it down here next to me so it's out of my way. And we're going to start talking about all the parts, because this machine comes with a ton of parts. So, and the reason that we have the styrofoam, this is what was protecting the machine on the top. And Elna and Janome put all of their parts in the top of the styrofoam. So you've got this teeny weeny little foot pedal, and you've got a bigger foot pedal. So this is the one that makes your machine go. So your normal traditional foot pedal for a machine, and so it's, you know, press it down, it's gonna go, lift it up, it's gonna stop. This one is a thread cutter. So you can, there's actually a piece of metal in here that you bolt them both down to. They both sit on the floor, and you can switch back and forth with your foot, go and cut your thread. It is incredible. I love, love, love that feature. I've got one of these at home and I love it. So you do have your manual. I'm just gonna go straight down this big section here I'm on. This piece of metal is that piece of metal I was talking about that the 2 feet attach to. You've got a couple needle plates. We'll talk about those. You have a knee lift included. Power cord. They all come with a power cord. And then the blue containers, or the blue bags, are always the feet and accessories. Now we're gonna have to figure out what this one's for, because I'm not sure right now. So this is a part that I haven't seen before, but we will figure it out. It's measuring something. It looks like it's gonna be fun. Can't wait to figure out what this does. So yeah, that's gonna be all of the parts that were in the top of the machine. So now we're gonna pause and we're gonna put the machine up on the table. This is our 792 Pro. It's like Santa came in and gave me a awesome Christmas gift. We were just getting all excited about it and decided to go ahead and start filming. But this machine is incredible. I mean, just the throat space on the machine. This is like having a long arm, right? You have all this throat space so that when you are free motion quilting, you're not gonna be hitting your arm on the wall of this machine because it's big. So yeah, you're gonna hear us squeal a little bit. This is a lot of fun. I can't believe it's mine, right? So this is, I'm so excited. So some fun things that come with this machine. So first of all, the part that I didn't know what it is, so I'm still not sure that I know exactly what it does, but I did look in the parts list right now, and they're calling it a hem guide. So we're gonna figure out how to use it. It's not a part that I've ever seen before. It looks really cool. We're gonna figure it out. So we'll be doing that together at some point. And some of these parts, because this is a brand new machine that Elna just came out, Elna and Janome. Janome has I think it's the M7 Continental that equates to this. There's gonna be features that we're gonna be learning together because, you know, we're all learning these machines right now. Some of the cool things that came with this. So first of all, there is a very nice plastic parts box. And it comes with all the places for you to put your parts, but the parts come separate. So we are gonna figure out where all the parts go in the box and just film that for you so that if you get your parts box and your parts, you can get them together. Okay, so that's one of the things that was in the box. There's also, I think I told you there was a knee lift that came standard with this one. Set parts that I'm not gonna talk about over on the left again. And then there are just parts all over the place. And there's another very pretty shiny red happy box in here. This box is the stitch regulator. So when you open it up, it tells you that it is the accurate stitch regulator. It's called the ASR, and it's got the parts that you need to free motion with your machine using a stitch regulator. I can't wait to play with this. So I have done free motion quilting on long arms that did not have stitch regulators, sit down long arms that did not have a stitch regulator, but I've never really gotten to play with one that does have a stitch regulator. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to get this machine, because I wanted to play. So it does come standard with this machine, which is incredible. So we're going to be playing with all of those feet. It has its own sets of feet, own power drive, all that kind of stuff. There are so many accessories that I'm going to be sitting here with my book because I want to make sure I'm not naming things the wrong names for you. I know basically what a lot of the feet do because I own several Janome machines, and like, let me tell you, the foot system with the thread cutter on it, I adore that. I have that on my Janome 15,000, and I don't know that I could use a machine that doesn't have one of those anymore. Once you get used to having that thread cutter on as a foot pedal, you don't want to go back. It's kind of like a knee lift. Once you get used to using one, you always want a knee lift, right? So that's exciting. So let's go ahead and get into our information. So the first thing is the standard plate does come already pre-affixed to the machine, and that is going to be what they refer to as, I think, the hook cover plate. The other two plates that you have in the machine are in the box for you. One of them is your single stitch plate, right? So, and it's the one that has the 3 little holes next to the thread guides. And then you're gonna have one that only has 1 hole next to the thread guide. And somewhere on here, it should have really large HP on it. So this is your professional grade needle plate HP. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna use this with your automatic stitch regulator. Okay, so you need all 3 of these, so they give you all of them, okay? Okay, just a lot of steel in that box, right? Okay, so let's look and see what's in the rest of these happy bags. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the one that doesn't have a whole lot in it, which is your automatic buttonhole, and then this thing is your stabilizer bar for it. Okay, so yeah, our stabilizer plate for it. So, whoops, you can see it by itself. It just came apart for me, which is great. They go together and come apart very easily. So that is one of the things we have. This has a dual feed system on it for your walking system. It's all integrated into it. And this is the foot, the shank and the foot that goes on with that. And I believe there are other feet that you can purchase to go with this. I know that I do have them with my Janome. I have some different feet, and it looks identical to my Janome one. So yeah. And then here's noise. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Okay, so we talked about this one with an earlier machine. This is a button guide. So you put it under the back of your foot when you're doing a thick button on the front, and it keeps your foot even. Okay, which is really important because you don't want to sew into your foot. So that's what that little piece is. You've got your spool caps in large, small, and teeny, right? So this is the one that I use with the Aurifil mini cones. Yep, and then you've got bobbins. Looks like there's 4 bobbins with it. There's a sticker. We're gonna need to figure out what this is all about, but there is a sticker in your little case. This is your PDH foot, so your free motion foot. Okay, so both of these are dual feed foot. This is a 9mm one, but it also comes with a 5mm included. So you get both sizes. Sometimes you need a wider foot and sometimes you need a skinny one. So it's all set up for you. And then you have extra needles, you have your 2 thread nets, right? Your screwdriver, I'm trying to get the parts that are pretty self-explanatory, right? Your brush for cleaning your machine, your awesome seam ripper, right? The little cone things that go up inside your cones to keep them from spinning when you're using big cones, okay? a stylus because you do have a touch screen, and you want to be kind of careful with your touch screen, right? You want to use the stylus that's provided, or a soft tip stylus, or your finger, right? But you don't want to do anything that's hard with your screens. You don't want to break your screen. This works with your dual feed so that you can get even spacing. And I still have a plethora of feet back here.
The screensaver just came on the front. That was the change that you saw.
Cool. So did you hear Melissa? So I saw the lights change and looked up. She told me that there's a screensaver on the machine and it just came on. It's probably gonna be up here, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's really cool. Wasn't expecting that, but did see the colors change. Okay, so we have the shank that is on the foot, which is gonna, a lot of your feet are gonna click onto, but you also have another shank that is built into a foot. So just know that there's another one in here. And this is actually part 14, which they call the professional grade foot HP. Okay, so that's not a foot that I'm used to. I'm gonna need to figure out what that foot does. I think I did show the PDH, which is your free motion foot. I'm trying to move things to the side and I'm forgetting. Ooh. So shiny metal foot. Okay, so I was right. I just wanted to make sure I was right before I told you. Guys, this is a ruler foot. So this is kind of like a hopping foot on a long arm, so you can use a 1/4 inch ruler next to it. We're gonna have fun with this. I'm excited about this, really excited. Okay, so now I have just feet sitting back here, just random feet with letters on it. We're gonna figure out what they are. Okay, so you have your QC foot, which is a closed toe quilting foot. You have a QO foot. They all look the same a little bit. So QO is an open toe. So really hard to tell the difference. Open toe, closed toe. They're both little acrylic feet. You can see like there's a full circle on the closed toe, and the open toe there's a slit to look out. And there are 2 more feet on this. This is a zigzag free motion foot. So it's got a slit in it. It's also a cup. So if you've got flanges or stuff that you're trying not to flip over, we use something called a scoop foot when we're long arm quilting. Same idea with this. It's got a bigger cone, bowl shape, so it's gonna let you go over things. And the last of your free motion feet is your QZ, which is an open toe zigzag foot. Okay, so those are all just for free motion quilting. Okay, so now I have a T foot. That's your button foot. I should know that. That's the same on my Genomes, right? And then we have the A foot comes pre-installed on the machine. The M foot, which is your overcasting foot, right? It's the one with the little wires that hold the thread up as it's going over. We have an F foot, which is that clear foot that lets you do specialty stitches. It's got a big channel on the back to protect your stitches as it's going under your foot. You also have an F2 foot, which is the open toe version of that foot. I mean, some of these I look at them and I just know, like E is always gonna be the zipper foot, right? So G is the one that I use for stitch in the ditch. It's actually a blind hem stitch foot. Z is your invisible zipper foot. I mean, we're still going, guys. I don't think I did R. That was the buttonhole, an automatic buttonhole thing that I showed first. There's D, which is a rolled hem foot. There's O, which is a 1/4 inch seam foot without a wall. I'm sorry, O, they have 2 O's. This one does not have a wall, and this is O with a wall. So you get both of them. So, I mean, just feet. I mean, you have hundreds of dollars of feet that are included with this machine. I have no idea what this would cost by itself, but I know it's a pretty penny, right? So, yeah, lots and lots of things that are just included for you. Okay, so the next step we're gonna do is, I guess, talk about the machine a little bit. There's lots of little, there's ports back here for you to plug in the automatic feed, which are different. So that stitch regulator.
Let's wake it back up so the lights come back on.
Okay, we want the lights on. Yeah, you can see my hair sticking out over here. So to get in, if you did get something inside your tension disc that you needed to get out, there's a screw over here that you can take off that pulls this part of the machine off. It doesn't just flip open like it did on the 720. There's actually printing on the top of this so that you know how to thread the machine. There's a little thread cutter here. There's actually one down here as well, so you can cut the bobbins as you are either winding a bobbin or, after you use your automatic threader on here, right? All of the controls are going to be based on your touch screen. They do have a stylus for you to use with that, right? So we're going to talk about the function. We're going to do a demo on this because I want to play. So probably expect this one demo probably first because I really do want to play. Okay, so we also wanted to show you the extension table that comes with the machine. And it's kind of cool because this extension table actually has a little drawer so you can keep accessories and parts you're using in it as well. And you can level your extension table. So we had to play with all the feet. We still need to do a little bit of work over here to get it to be completely level. But it's also not going to be set up permanently on this table. So just know you can level it. It comes in and it's really cool. It just slides off, right? And then your little feet fold in. So it's easy to store. I like this a lot better than the one that came with my Janome machine because maybe I have to screw at least the first Janome I got, I have to screw them into an acrylic plate. So it's really hard to get them flat again. But this one, not so much. It travels really, really well. Okay. And then we also found out what you do with this. Okay. Because I was like, I've never seen a part like that before. So this replaces the little plastic part on your hook cover, right? So if I put this down, it's going to snap right into place. And what it is for is this guide right here will let you do things in different measurements. So think about doing curtains where you have those big, 4 or 5 inch seams on the bottom of it. You can move this guide out so you get the same seam the entire time. So really handy. Had just never seen one before. Okay. And it does come with the machine. So then to get it off, you have to do the same thing where you push the little black thing and it comes off because it's just a hook plate. And then I'm going to put my original hook plate back on. Maybe. You get used to doing things from the front of the machine, just saying. Okay. Okay, so those are the things that we found out so far. And then I'm going to talk to you about the parts thing. I'm going to go ahead and turn the machine off and kind of move it over to the side. Just going to kind of slide it over. Maybe, oh no, I'm not sliding that sucker anywhere, am I? Okay, so let's talk about the parts box. The parts don't have to go in a specific place in here. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So what I did was I put all of my feet in the top and I put all of my Q feet for free motion quilting in the same little area so that I can get them easily. The AccuFeed or the dual feed feed all in here together. So these are the things that I need all the time up on my top part. And then the plates actually sit in here if you turn them portrait. So they do sit on little shelves that are built in there for them. And then the rest of my parts, I put the big long parts in here and then just some of the little parts in here. The back with the phone is for your bobbins. Okay, so this is actually a really efficient little card, and I like the fact that I don't have to know exactly where a part goes. So that is something that I'm not really good at with keeping up with on my big all-in-one machine. Every little place is labeled for the foot it goes into, and invariably I am looking all over my sewing foot for my F foot because I didn't put it back where it goes. So I'm not really good at putting things back in the exact spot they go, but if it's just, an area that it needs to go into, I think I can do that. So I'm gonna just put that down in there, put my parts back in there, and then a little box, but I love the fact they gave me a little box. So it's gonna look kind of like this around my machine a whole lot with these two boxes. We're gonna shoot some videos on how to use the different feet, and I'm definitely gonna shoot a video on this because I just wanna get over here and play. Have a good day.